Hello and welcome. Um, I'm going to be doing a quick video on using OneMotion with Virtuoso. Not in the same way that um, Simon did, because he already did an uh, excellent video lesson on how to use it to this purpose, but he kind of skimmed over OneMotion really fast, and there have been some people in the Discord asking for clarification on some of the steps. So I'm going to hopefully be able to help out with that some. And that said, let me switch to uh, first person so you can see my menus a little bit better. See? My menu. So first of all, track settings. Right now, we don't need to worry about any of this stuff as we're just opening that up. But one thing you do want to do is you want to make sure that you have this set to whatever scale you want to use, so that when we pull up OneMotion, we can match. So for the sake of argument, let's say I'm doing A flat major. Okay, it's set to, to, to a flat major. Now let's open up a browser. Click here, clear, type in one motion, all one word, hit enter, click chord player. Now this pulls up the chord player, and this is a browser-based app, so it still works in the browser. Now, for right now, this is showing chords in E flat minor, which is the last one I used. It's remembering what I last used it in. So, click on, well, I went over that, I went there a little bit fast. Up here where it says scale, click there. Click E flat. I'm in A flat uh, major. Whoops. Moving this is a little tricky sometimes. A flat, and we want major. And it plays the scale for you briefly. Hit OK. Now all these should be in the correct scale. So now I can either I can listen to all of the major or the primary scales. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right? And it shows variations of them. You don't need to know all the names. Just you know, uh, j- just know that you'll be able to choose which ones you want to do. So now over here in Explore, uh, you can browse a list. There are 4 pages here. There are some popular songs that you can load the chords for. Let's say you want to use the same chords as Charlie Puth, or Puth, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, and Night Switch. Okay, you know, you can import the chords. You can click play and listen to it. So, um, obviously these are going to be specific to that song, so you'll want to make sure that you are picking a song that matches your key. Or you can come back to chords. Well, okay. What that would look like, oops, is let's say I want to load that. I go import only chords, and now it's got the chords here, and you notice it changed to the scale. So I can come here, I can transpose the song, so this should allow me to put this back into A flat major, transpose the song, and now these should all be in the correct key for A flat major to make it sound the same. And when you do it that way, it preloads on the bottom what the chord progression is. Right? So now, notice I mouse over those and nothing happens. If I click it, however, and I hold, it plays it so I can hear it. And as long as I'm hovering over it, now it's got marked in gray up here. See? Marked in gray has got the left hand and the right hand notes, right? And you see that because we are in A flat, well, this is still an F, no, this is an F major chord, so it's got F as the left hand bass note. And then on the right hand, we have another F, then we have A flat, and then we have C. As you can see right there, that's the same note as there, and A flat and C. And if we're calling this middle C, that'll be all high, because that's all above the high C. So what you would do then is pull up organ, and as Simon mentioned, always make sure this is in the same spot, so that you can build the muscle memory and be able to, at some point, do it with your eyes closed. And that's an annoyance with it. If you mouse over it accidentally, it plays the notes. So just got to keep that in mind. And that's why I said occasionally, well, I said in the Discord, I have not said it here yet, occasionally you need to re-click here to bring it back up. Because if I mouse over here, and now I mouse over that, it's gone. So I need to re-click and bring it back up. So we know our bass notes, which is using A, right? We need an F. So let's pull up our scale panel. That's the no, right there on the bottom. It's already got that at the root note, F. So we don't need to do anything. We just need to know that right there. See? Our bass note there is F. So now we come and we look at the higher notes, and we have another F, A flat, and C. So we have blue and we have red. Now, which one is higher register, which one is lower register on these is a little bit malleable, because these will overlap. I mean, this is the root note for red. So if I move here, these two are going to be the same note, because this is B flat and this is B flat. So these registers overlap, the red and the blue. So it's whichever one you want to be or have the higher notes, set it up so that that one has the higher notes. Right now, this one is going to start at B flat and then go up. So if we need a note that's higher than this B flat, and it does not exist on the red, but it does on the blue will be higher. So, but we have all the notes that we need on the red. See, we have A flat, which is the root, which is one of the ones we need. See, we have F, A flat, C. So we have an F on the red, we have A flat on the red, we have C on the red. A flat is the lowest one. We need F to be the lower one though, see, because it's lower than that A flat. So we don't have F here, but we can change that. We don't need a B flat. So we can activate that, make that the root note. And now that's F. And that F should be, see, is lower than that B flat. It's lower than this. See? So now I've just made this into the lower for that. So we have F, we have A flat, and then with our other hand we can do a C, which is this, and you can change the register on that a little bit more easily. So we probably go here for the C. This is still F, see? So F, C, and the A flat. And now I've got that chord, see? I've got F on the bass. I've got, I've got the F, or I'm, I'm messing myself up here a little bit. So we have F, A flat, C that we need up here. So it's going to be a little bit challenging, which is why we had the F here. So F, right, F, F, and then we needed the A flat, right? So, and we need the C, which is there. So F, F, A flat, C. And if you want to double up the bass note and the blue notes, see, that's one way to change it up, but that's our bass chord right there. That has all the notes that were shown there. And then we just move on to the next one in the progression, and we learn the notes in that chord. Now, what if we are making our own chord progression though? Let's say instead of this one, let's say instead of that progression, I wanted, say, to go from F to D flat to E flat to G, right? So let's say I wanted to do that instead. Well, click and hold on that F minor, drag it down. Oh, it's already there. Okay. Now, click and hold on the E flat, drag it to there. See? And then click and hold on the C minor, drag it there. Click and hold on the G diminished and bring it there. Now, I built my own chord progression. I'm not saying that's a good chord progression. It might not be. But that would be how you do it. And if you decide after listening to it that you don't like that, you can always change it again. Let's say you want that there and that there. Okay? That one could work. That adds a little tension in that middle one. Okay? And then it's the same process. Click on this, learn the chord. 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 As long as the scale is in the same scale you are working with here, it can work. And remember, so this scale does go up and down. It has 3 C's, right? So, right? So it has a low, a middle, and a high. Problem is that can be awkward sometimes, so I prefer to try and arrange it so that my hands are relatively close together, which is why I changed here to have F as the bottom so that I wasn't trying to do an F here and then, move up. Although technically, if I were doing a high C, it should probably be this C. Or high A flat, it should be this one. And then the C. Right. So, but you can do it by moving left and right here to get those low, middle, higher registers, or you can play around with it here. Either which way, you've got a couple options. And then once you know it, just close the panel, get rid of that, pull up your looper, do your recording. And, as Simon said, it's good to have the tempo sync on so that you are one thing though that I've noticed when doing that is you have to be really careful. I suggest not letting go of the grip button, because if you move your hand outside of this at all, now I'm grabbing it and I'm moving it. So gotta be careful about that. That takes practice. That's that muscle memory to be able to move around. Without pulling out and grabbing it instead of playing. So that takes a little practice. But anyways, I hope this helped you will understand the OneMotion a little bit better. It is a useful tool because it helps you learn what the chords sound like. It helps you explore and discover more. You can also play around uh, and play around with different styles of playing the chords. So I got on pop 3 there. It was on dance 1. Let's move down, say bossa nova. And as you saw there, it also showed the tempo it should be at. That would be more advanced to playing, but you can play around and you can notice how it adds in other notes, but it still always comes back to the chord, to the bass notes of the chord. So you can play around with that. You can load up the different instruments and get an idea of what they sound like. So it's a pretty useful tool, and I thank Simon for discovering it and sharing it with us. It's awesome that we can pull this up in the browser and have it as a reference for building our chords with organ. And if you have not already watched it, I recommend looking uh, for Simon's video uh, on YouTube. I will link to it in the video part of this, um, and, and and give that a watch. It's got a lot of great tips in it. So on that note, have fun.